I watch a film every other day, and today I watched the Netflix TV show The Covenant. Let me tell you my experience watching the show. I was watching it with my sister, and the first episode, I came in fully awake. Next thing, I did about to sleep. I said, ah. So I woke up. I continued watching. I said, okay, let me sleep proper, wake up, and then come and continue episode two. Episode two, I woke fresh eyed, started watching. Almost sleep carry me again. I said, what is happening? Also, I was a bit confused like by a lot of it. So I was even going to drop the show. I said, "Oh, you know what? No, no, no. I don't want to watch again. I don't. I'm tired." But then this is the next thing on my watch list. Like I have my watch list curated, and this is the next thing. So I said, "No, you have to commit to this." So I decided, you know what? I'm not even going to watch on TV. I watch on my laptop. Headphones in, really locking. And so I started again from episode one. And now I can come and sit down here. Because I feel like if I'm going to come and talk about something, I have to really finish it. I have to really digest it, think well, and come and talk. And now let's talk about this. The first question I want to ask was, why was I so bored? Because I have to deconstruct my thoughts. Why was I bored? I realized that first things, some of the pacing, the way that they talk, let's say that there's a line of dialogue, like there's an exchange where it's two people. And let's say it's, I'm going out where? To the market. That's the conversation, right? Between me and you. It would be like this. I'm going out. Where? To the market. Like there will be delays in talk. And I was like, how person no go sleep? Let's start there. And sometimes so unnecessarily. The other part I said, why is it confusing? It's because some characters, episode one and two, the character introductions, I feel like it could have been better because it was kind of confusing in some ways. Let me give you an instance. Let's say again, back to dialogue. We're having a conversation, you and I. And then you say to me, Scourge, why you go do that kind of thing now? I say to you, Blaze, your blood too dey hot. I tell you, say she go vex. Wouldn't you think that I'm talking to you, Blaze, like you're Blaze? No, Blaze is beside me here. So it's the second part of the dialogue that's more relevant. But that actor could have gone Blaze. But when you're looking here, that would be confusing. These are the things I have some more examples, but we'll talk when we get to spoilers. The other reason why I think the character introductions were kind of confusing, especially in episode one and two, is that the wardrobe department could have done better. Like all of them are wearing black. They could have maybe used different colors of outfits or different stylistic choices to visually separate these factions so that when we are seeing the people too, we can just visually see this is this person, this is this person. When everybody is wearing black and dressing very similarly, it gets kind of confusing. Okay, I don't want to say any more now because I feel like I'm about to start entering into spoiler territory. So you can go and check it out and come back to continue our gist after you finished watching. Now, for those of us who have watched, let's just get right into spoilers because I have so much I want to keep saying. Spoilers ahead. Let's go. You know how I was talking to you about the confusion in a way in this? I feel like a scene I can give you an example of is when Belema and her crew enter again, all wearing black. And then behind the table, Naomi says, call Scourge and his call Scourge. You now see the show another like gang entering, and it's Havoc and her people. But you would think maybe if you're not really paying attention, or you might just even think if you're paying attention or not, that okay, maybe is this person part of Scourge's team. So by the time you're thinking, okay, maybe this is the people on Scourge's team because Naomi just said call Scourge, you might be now confused when they're doing the ritual and then Scourge has now do you know what I mean? Because they're all wearing black, the way that somebody will say something and then when the character will enter, like the organization of events could have been better so that it wasn't as confusing because it got confusing fast. Speaking of characters and how I feel also like they were kind of underdeveloped, let's take an example of when Sting stabs Havoc. Did you feel anything? Because I didn't feel anything. And why would I feel anything? Because that characterization at that point is so underdeveloped. She's just kind of saying a lot of, after all I've done for you, after all I've done for you. So there's a lot of telling more so than showing. But we are not really feeling the emotion of the betrayal of the moment. We can hear you say it is a betrayal, but we don't really feel it. Because that character, that whole thing could have been better developed. Now, let's go into another topic that I want to really talk about with this, which is the plot armor and how the characters were protected a lot by plot armor. That scene where Naomi is in the shootout in the bar, they are prying her. There was not even one gunshot on even her leg. Madam, they climbed table. They are shooting her like this. Not even her thigh was touched. Plot armor. But then when it's her turn to fire back, now boom, boom, one time, one touch, they are going down. Also, when Blaze comes to Naomi's house to burn it down, right, and they don't really have enough weapons, why are the people now going in one by one in a way that they can easily just take them down? Like, of course, because you know that if they rushed in, they would not have a way to be able to defend themselves. So you now start sending them one by one to now do that. Was plot armor again. When Blaze now started setting the house on fire, I was like, hey, now let's see how they get out of this. Before I can even see, they're already outside. They don't already go through the back door. So I guess this team did not even check, did not protect the front and back. They didn't surround the house. Plot armor was heavy in this. Speaking also of plot armor, let us remember the ending. Belema that she cut that girl's throat first time, no issue. When it came to the Gogo, really buying time for the saviors to come and protect that man. Like the plot armor here was on deck for the characters. Let's talk about the catchy storyline because this writer did not beat the man writing woman character. Why? Which woman has just come out of a life traumatic thing like this? You're finally now being taken out of your land with protection, and it's now that you want to come and start to knock. Which woman? Please, if you're the woman, let me know in the comments. Because I don't think this is a very sexual situation when she's like, they now start knocking on the tree. I'm like, I guess it now comes in because they kind of need to show some kind of romance or bond between Kachi and the guy. I didn't think that sex scene was necessary. I'm not like opposed to sex scenes in films, but I feel like it has to have a reason. And this one was just like, who is having sex in this situation? Like, who? Also, let's talk about the unceremonious death of Caleb. Now, back to that bar scene. Remember that in the shootout, you see that Naomi and Caleb escape when the other boy comes in and like starts to shoot at Scott and then throws the grenade. You literally see the boy run out and then Naomi after him. Cut to, oh, he's dead. Apparently, the gunshot that they shot there killed him. A man that we just run out of this building. I said, what kind of unceremonious death was this? Like the death happened off screen. We didn't even see it. And now I guess it's just dead. How random was that death scene? Another thing that I want to talk about is the text message when Celestine texts Dagogo. And Dagogo's reaction when they now get on the phone. And he's like, okay, where have you been? We've been looking for you. I said, this is a man that we've been following you for like 4 episodes at this point, and you finally now hear from your brother, and it's just okay, we've been looking for you. Where? The expression and like the dialogue that they had when they now finally reunited in person, and he's now like, "Are you okay?" All of that is what I expected that would happen on the phone call, because that phone call conversation was so like laissez faire. I was like, "This is the first time you guys have talked on camera for the whole duration of this since he's went missing," and that conversation was so. Stella is in trouble. Okay, where have you been? You would think they've been talking since, like he just went out to go and grab something. What? Also, episode 5, Bim Bom Manuel's acting was cracking me up. I don't know why. When he was like, damn, fuck, shit, oh my gosh. And then when he's even like, oh, how could I be so stupid? Oh man, shit, damn. I don't know. It's like this. I don't know why that acting from Bim Bom Manuel in episode 5 was cracking me up. Even when he was capturing the things, oh shit, damn, fuck. I said, what if this acting, Bimbo? Like, what is this acting in episode 5? That cracked me up to the max. Having even started this show from the beginning, I've watched it to this point now, I've understood the whole thing. Can I say that this is a show that I loved? Or that I really was? I will commend them on the production. Production was good. It was okay. Like, I don't really even know much. This is not a show that I would personally say was like my show of the year in any way, shape, or form. It was okay. If you've watched the show, I'm very, very curious to know your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments. If you've watched this whole video and you have no idea who I am, my name is VDK. I make movie bingo cards, which you can find on my Substack, vdkfilmclub.substack.com, and I talk about films. Until the next thing that I watch and the next video that I make, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.